Hey y'all, you're tuned in to Gospel Guided Life, where Jesus is our guide and we follow.
God, you call me by my name. The love you give me, I just can't deny. Yeah. No longer blinded, I can see you. I'm on my way to meet you.
And as you all know, I am a new wife. So I wanted to create this video because I know that this is a desire for some women to one day be able to be a wife and to, you know, have a family. And I kind of just wanted to talk about some of the ways I prepared myself to become a wife, and when I got engaged, just trying to strengthen my relationship with Christ, and just some of the things that I was very intentional about when I was in my engagement season before I became a wife. So if this is something that you're interested in watching and wanting to learn from, definitely stay tuned, and I would love for you to actually hit that subscribe button so that our little community will grow. So let's hop right into the video. So the first thing that I did to prepare myself to be a wife was obviously pray. Without prayer, we're nothing. So I was really being intentional with my prayers. And when I say just pray, I'm not just saying like my regular prayers, but I was really praying. And let me give you a backstory really quick before I even just go into this. So for me, my mom and my dad never married. So my mom and my dad actually split when I was in the womb. So I didn't really see marriage firsthand from my parents. However, my grandparents are still married. They've been married 63 years. So I did see it in that aspect. But if I'm being honest, I'm 28 years old. So a lot of the things that, you know, my grandparents might have done is completely different than what me and my husband will do. And some things are similar. But just me not being able to, you know, see it as growing up. You know, when you think of your grandparents, you're just thinking of, I know I'm going to grandma and granddaddy's house, I'm gonna have me a good time, they're gonna feed me, I'm gonna have fun. So I never even really saw them as like husband and wife in a way. I just saw them as my grandparents. I know I'm gonna go over and have some good fun. As now that I am an adult, I'm like, wow, they've been married and they really met in their young 20s. My grandma married at 21 and then had her children at 24 and 25. So now that I'm in that era, I'm like, wow. And now I talk to her a little bit more about, you know, her life. But at the time, growing up, I really just didn't know. So going back to my prayers, it was really praying over just learning how to be a wife and asking God to really help me to step into that person, a person that I don't know, you know, just being submissive to my husband, learning some of the housely duties, like just learning how to make better meals and wanting to cook and not wanting to eat out and wanting to clean better, and just learn those little, I think, just wifely things that maybe I wasn't doing as much of when I was just a girlfriend or just a fiance. So those were some of the prayers that I'm praying about, just really being intentional and asking God to, you know, bless our marriage, that we won't ever even go to the D word. And, you know, just, you know, because the society we live in now, it's just, you know, especially in my corporate career, I hear about it every single day about, you know, honestly failed marriages. And that's something that I just was constantly praying about when it came to me. So I would say if you're in a season where maybe you're not engaged yet, but you're maybe seriously dating, or maybe you're not, I do think that those intentional prayers and being very specific, because God, yes, does know our desires, but you also know that you have not because you ask not. So that's number one. Obviously praying in everything that you're doing, but also praying for your heart desires. So number two, I did Bible study. That I was able to kind of find like a Bible study where it was talking about marriage, and this is something that me and my husband did together. He found in his Bible, it kind of breaks it down where he has this thing where it has little passages about different things. So think of if you're reading the Bible, if you have the Bible app, you know, plans that's in the Bible app, it was basically kind of similar to that, and it takes you to the different scripture. So there was some passages that said marriage at the top, so we were reading the scriptures about marriage. So we were basically able to read those together. But outside of reading that, I did also, actually, I didn't get it. My girls got this for me when I was at my engagement. Let me grab it really quick. And I would say, I know I'm talking about how I prepared to be a wife, but obviously with me preparing to be a wife, I want my husband to also prepare. And I just feel like as a wife, you're supposed to pray for your husband at all times. Anyway, so this book here, and I will tag it below. I'll put it in my description box because it's from Amazon, so I'll definitely have it linked for you all. But it's basically saying prayers for your future husband. And my girls got me this one, but my husband has one too, and it's based prayers for your future wife. So I'll actually link them both below, because if you are in a season where you're dating or engaged, I think this would be great for you to buy yourself and your fiance. So my girls, they knew that this would be something I would absolutely adore. So I'm so grateful that they purchased it for me, and then I purchased it for him. And it's actually, you can be done with it pretty quickly or reread them over and over, because this is a 90-day devotional. So it's just 90 days, but if you want, you can reread it. Like we're reading them right now, even though we are married, continuing it, because these are prayers. So, you know, you could definitely reread it whenever you want. So I'll have these linked below for you all. So that was number 2. So we talked about number 1, and then number 2, and number 3. This is something that I definitely think everyone should do. And I noticed that it's not really, I don't think, super popular anymore, because I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it, but it's marriage counseling. And if I'm being completely honest with you all, I was debating it too, because with my church, which I was a little salty about, I'll be completely honest, I guess in my idea, I never did marriage counseling before, so I really didn't know how the whole process works. And I am sure that it's different everywhere or with every church. But when I was inquiring about marriage counseling, you know, my church was like, yeah, we definitely have it. It is a small fee. And at the time I was like, well, I'm a consistent tither. I thought that was something that, you know, the church does. So I didn't think it was a fee. But nevertheless, this is our local church. And it wasn't just me, you know, paying the price, or it wasn't just me and my husband paying the price for the marriage counseling. I took it as we're investing in our marriage. So we did do marriage counseling. I learned a lot from it, and it was actually, I still think it was definitely of God, because the counselors that we had, they've been married 27 years, and they also went to FAMU, where me and my husband went too. So it was really cool to kind of talk to them about that, on top of marriage counts, like on top of just their married life. They have children that's at FAMU now. So it was really cool to, you know, talk to someone who, you know, went to our college, and then now they're successfully married here in the Orlando area. And also it just gives us somebody to, I would say, talk to when we're going through things. Even when we did our marriage counseling, there were some sessions that, you know, we maybe weren't seeing eye to eye. They helped us with, you know, talking with each other, breaking it down, asking those hard questions. So I do feel like some people stray away from marriage counseling because they're a little afraid of what the outcome may be, or what will I find out? Will I find out something that, you know, maybe we shouldn't be getting married right now? Maybe this isn't what I thought, you know, because I do feel like with marriage counseling, a lot of things come up when it comes on how you want to raise your children. Finances is a really, really big one. Maybe childhood trauma that you all never spoke about before. You know, how you see your life in the future. Do you want to be a mom that stays at home with their children, or do you still want to be a working mom? Like, just some of those things that maybe you all have breezed over or talked about briefly, but now you're getting down to the nitty-gritty, because now you're becoming one, you know. So I definitely say that marriage counseling was a really big one for us, and it was really exciting to do on Saturdays. And then the homework as well that you know get, that's spending quality time with each other, but also, you know, continuing to learn. So that was number 3. Number 4, it's not really necessarily like biblically, but in a way it is, but it was just honoring my body. Honoring my body and being healthy, definitely working out because I wanted to look good in my wedding dress, but also just preparing my body because I do want to bear children in the future. So just being very cognizant of what I'm eating, taking my vitamins. And this is a faith-based channel, so I'll be completely honest with you, but being holy, living right, and you could take what you will with that, but I would say being holy with my body and living how God wants us to live before marriage. That's something that we did, and that's something that I'm proud of, and I know God will just continue to bless our marriage because of that. And maybe one day I'll get into a deeper video and go in depth about that. But those were some of the things that I did when it came to my body. So those were some of the things that I did when it came to my body, just being very cognizant of what I'm eating, working out, and being holy. And then the last thing that I did is just have fun. Like, I feel like when you're engaged, your mind is so much like planning the wedding, that you forget to enjoy your engagement season. You're never gonna be in that season ever again in your life. Like, you're gonna be married and you're gonna have your ups and your downs and your flows. Like, the wife, hopefully you're gonna be that for the rest of your life, but your engagement season, it's a season that you'll never get back. So on top of planning the wedding and doing all the fun things and maybe even stressful things, sit back and enjoy your engagement season. Like, I do feel like I truly enjoyed my engagement season. I had a long engagement. It was just shy of 2 years. My husband proposed in July of 2023. We got married in April of 2025. So April, May, June, July. Just 3 months away from a 2-year engagement. So I had a nice engagement to just really enjoy and soak up the love, do the bachelorette trips, do the bridal shower trips, just enjoy. I have so many white dresses. Like, I was going through my laundry, I was like, my Lord, I have this, like, even this shirt, it says wifey on it. Just really enjoying this time because you'll never get it again. So that's some of the ways I did to prepare to become a wife. I'm excited for this journey. If you all want a part 2, or if you all want more content about, you know, being a young millennial black wife, because honestly in our community I do see a lot of us bearing children, but I don't see that many of us becoming wives and husbands. And if you all are a young wife, and you know, I would love to connect, because like I said, I don't really have that many people around me that's in this space with me that's my age, to be honest. So if you are someone like that, especially like a creator or anything like that, definitely slide in my DMs on Instagram or comment below. I would love to, you know, just fellowship with some more women that are in this season of their life, because I don't have that in my life right now. But yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Like I said, we have more content coming up. I'm just really excited of this new era. Maybe sometimes I'll invite my husband on to get his take of things. You never know. But for now, make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Mwah!